It seems like everywhere you turn now, people are buzzing about large language models. These
Mm-hmm.
AI systems that can write code or translate languages or even like compose poems. It's pretty easy to get caught up in all the hype.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The scale and the capabilities of LLMs are impressive.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
But what if I told you that there's like a whole other side to AI?
Okay.
One that's not all about these massive data centers and all the cloud computing.
Yeah, that's right. We're seeing this growing trend towards what's called small language models, or SLMs.
Okay.
Think of them like specialized experts,
Okay.
fine-tuned for very specific tasks without needing that huge computational overhead of the larger counterparts.
I like that. So if an LLM is like a jumbo jet,
Yeah.
powerful but needs a whole airport to operate,
Mm,
an SLM is more like a nimble drone, able to do these incredible things in a really focused way.
exactly. And one company making waves in this space is ARM,
Yep.
the chip designer behind most smartphones.
Okay.
They've been experimenting with SLMs and have come up with something pretty remarkable.
Oh, I hear this.
They created a demo based on a project called Tiny Llama 2
Okay.
that can actually generate children's stories.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about like a device smaller than my phone that can whip up a bedtime story.
You got it. And it might sound simple, but running any kind of language model on a tiny embedded device is a huge technical feat.
Oh, I bet.
You've got limited memory power constraints and the need for speed.
So how did they pull this off? What's the magic formula?
Well, there are two key ingredients.
Oh,
First, they used a specialized chip called the Ethos U85,
okay.
a neural processing unit designed specifically for AI tasks.
Okay.
This chip is incredibly energy efficient,
Makes sense.
which is crucial for battery-powered devices.
Yeah. Okay, so the hardware is optimized for AI,
Mm.
but what about the language model itself?
Mhm.
Did they have to shrink that down somehow?
They did.
Okay.
And that brings us to the second ingredient, a technique called quantization.
Quantization.
Imagine you're packing a suitcase for a trip. You want to fit as much as possible without damaging anything, right?
For sure.
Quantization is like that for AI models.
Okay.
It reduces the size of the model's data without sacrificing too much information,
Okay.
allowing it to fit on the limited memory of a smaller device.
So they basically gave the model a super efficient packing job.
Yes.
What were the results?
Well, the Ethos U85 was able to run the Tiny Llama 2 model at a speed comparable to human reading,
Wow.
generating about 7 to 8 words per second.
Okay.
And all of this while using only a fraction of the chip's total power.
Okay. That's impressive. It sounds like this isn't just a cool tech demo. It feels like we're getting a glimpse into a future where AI is everywhere, not just in the cloud.
You're picking up what we're putting down. This demo is a proof of concept, showing that we can bring the power of AI to the edge, embedding it directly into everyday objects.
So instead of relying on sending data back and forth to the cloud, the AI processing can happen right there on the device.
Okay.
What does this mean for someone like me in practical terms? What kind of real-world applications are we talking about?
Imagine personalized AI assistants in your smart home voice-controlled appliances that can understand complex commands, even tiny robots that can understand and respond to your requests.
Okay.
The possibilities are vast. Think about it. What if your refrigerator could, order groceries before you run out?
Yeah.
Or your car could navigate traffic without even needing a network connection? That's the potential of AI at the edge.
So we're not just talking about like faster responses, we're talking about increased privacy
Yeah.
because our data isn't constantly being sent to the cloud
Yeah.
and improved reliability even in areas with limited internet access. This feels like a game changer.
It's a shift in how we think about and interact with AI.
Yeah.
And as SLMs continue to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications that were once considered science fiction.
Okay, this is mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
But let's be realistic. There must be some challenges and limitations to consider. What are some of the hurdles that developers are facing with SLMs?
One of the biggest challenges is finding the right balance between model size and performance. Shrinking a model down through techniques like quantization can lead to a slight decrease in accuracy.
Right.
So it's this constant trade-off.
So how do developers make sure that these smaller models are still reliable and effective for their intended purpose?
It's all about careful optimization and testing.
Okay.
Developers need to choose the right SLM architecture for the specific task, fine-tune the model with relevant data, and rigorously test its performance in real-world scenarios.
So it's not just a matter of shrinking down a large language model and hoping for the best.
Right.
It's a much more nuanced process.
Precisely. And that's why collaboration and knowledge sharing are so important in this field.
Yeah.
Developers are constantly learning from each other, sharing best practices, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with SLMs.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, this Tiny Llama 2 demo has certainly sparked my imagination. It's got me thinking about all the potential applications we haven't even dreamed of yet.
That's the beauty of this technology. We're just scratching the surface of what's possible. And as SLMs become more sophisticated and accessible,
Right?
we can expect this wave of creativity and innovation from developers all over the world.
I'm particularly intrigued by the potential for SLMs to empower people in underserved communities or regions with limited infrastructure.
That's a crucial point. Imagine bringing the power of AI to remote villages' classrooms with limited resources or even disaster relief efforts.
Yeah.
SLMs could help bridge the digital divide and provide access to vital information and services.
Okay, I'm officially hooked on this idea of AI at the edge.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, are there any potential downsides or risks that we should be aware of?
That's a question worth exploring. While SLMs offer many benefits, we need to be mindful of potential challenges, particularly around data security and responsible use.
So even though SLMs process data locally, security is still a major concern.
Absolutely. We need to ensure that these devices are protected from hacking and data breaches.
Right.
Just because the data isn't being sent to the cloud doesn't mean it's automatically safe.
Right, because even though we're talking about small devices, they could still hold sensitive personal information. What about the ethical implications of widespread SLM adoption?
That's another important consideration. We need to think about the potential impact on jobs, privacy, and even societal norms.
Yeah.
As with any powerful technology, it's crucial to use SLMs responsibly and ethically.
It sounds like we need a thoughtful and balanced approach as we venture into this new frontier of AI at the edge.
I couldn't agree more. Open dialogue, collaboration, and a focus on human-centered design are essential as we navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape.
This has been a fascinating deep dive, but I feel like we could talk for hours about this. I'm curious, what are your final thoughts for our listeners today?
Well, my main takeaway is this: SLMs are not just a technological advancement. They represent a fundamental shift in how we think about and interact with AI.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about what this tech enables us to do.
Exactly. We're moving from a world where AI is centralized and remote to one where it's distributed and embedded in the very fabric of our lives. And that opens up some incredible opportunities for innovation and problem solving.
It feels like this is just the beginning, too. What we're seeing today with these demos like Tiny Llama 2, it's just a glimpse of what's to come.
Absolutely. As the field of SLMs continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more creative and unexpected applications emerge. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe one day your toaster really will tell you stories.
Okay, you got me there. Maybe I'll hold off on buying that new toaster for now. But in all seriousness, this has been a really eye-opening conversation, and I bet there are a lot of people out there who would be fascinated by this too.
If you're as intrigued by the potential of SLMs and AI at the edge as we are, share this deep dive with someone who you think might enjoy it.
Spread the word, and let's keep this conversation going. Until next time, this is Digital Dispatch signing off.